Hello. I'd like to introduce you to the OK tool for color analysis in a digital way. And in order to make it easy for you to start with the program or with the free demo, just to explore, I want to introduce you and demonstrate how things work. So if you have downloaded the program, the demo version, then if you open it, it will look like this. The only thing will be that I have a license in here and you probably don't yet. So that's the only difference. Here on the bottom, there are 3 buttons to push, and the first one is the settings. So I click that one. Here you see how the program is set up. So there's a license key in here, or it says buy or renew a license. And you can always find here how long your license will last. Then there is language options. At this moment, it's just English and Dutch. And in the future, I expect there will be more languages available. Then here it says where your data is stored. You can load a company logo. I have mine in here, but you could have yours. You could delete the logo and replace it by another one. If you download the tool, there will be no logo there. So you can also see here that there is a new version of the program available. I recommend it if you have any version. Always download the latest version with the latest version. Click OK if you're done and you go back to the opening screen. Now let's start exploring. In the top left, you have the icon for defining a new client, loading a photo, and starting an analysis. If you have the demo version, there is already a photo in there. Also for new clients, there's a photo in there, so let's have a look. Here is a lady in the tool. So let's give her a name. So you need to give her a name. So I call her Helen. I can choose the date of the analysis, and I would recommend to take the date that you have an appointment with her. So I choose the 30th. Then this photo, underneath this photo, there is a red, you could say a red box. And her photo needs to cover the red box completely. If you don't cover it, so if it's like this, and you want to save it, it will say, I can't save it because the photo is not. So it's too small on the top side. Well, actually, it's not too small, but it doesn't cover. So you can put it over. You could also do that with the arrows on the left. If the photo is too small to cover the box, then you can enlarge it, or you can make it smaller with these buttons. You can make it smaller. See? So then there is extra lines in here. These are helpful if you want to place her in a right way. So I prefer to have the nose about in this area and the chin over here. That will give you a good picture later on. So now the picture is fine, the name is there, the date is right. I can start making notes. So I can say she is 32 years old or young. She is an architect. And you can put any information in here that you want to put in there and you want to remember. So let's move on. On the bottom right, you have the button OK. So let's go and see whatever. So now we start a new analysis for this client with going to the first section of phase 1. So let's do that. And you see the program is opening up a sheet with the face, the name of the client, the date of the consultation, and your brand logo. You see it disappears a little bit. So I can make the screen a little larger so that the full logo is visible. You can go further with the arrows on the right. If you prefer working with your keyboard, that's possible too. You can use the right and left arrows or the page up and page down buttons on your script, on your keyboard. So let's do that. So the first slide that you see here is actually an explanatory one. You can say, oh, we will start with looking at lighter colors or darker colors. What is better? Warm colors versus cool colors, clear colors versus muted colors. So let's do that. If you go to the next picture, you see the woman. So you see Helen in between light colors. And you compare it with the dark colors. You can go back and forth, look again, what is better, light or dark? I prefer light. Let's go to the next one. Warm or cool, what is better? I think warm is better than cool. Then let's go to clear and muted. As you see, Helen has makeup on. Normally you would do a color analysis with a person without any makeup, or at least without lipstick, without powder, without foundation on her face, so that you can clearly see what impact of the colors is. So I would say clear is maybe a little bit too clear, and muted is too muted. So she's probably in between. So this is a place where if you have a meeting with a client, you could talk about what you've seen so far and move on. And then you get the spring colors, summer, autumn, and winter colors with her. So that's a good start to get an idea about what color type she might be. So then after this, we could just close the window with the cross in the top, and we go to this big screen with all the buttons and colors. And so what we have done so far, we have seen the first session, so the first step analysis items. So it would be natural to go to the second step now. So in order to go to the second step, you choose one of the items that you are pretty sure of that it's right, and you move on like that. So I would say, for me, it's clear that she is warm, and that is a type that I would like to explore further. Now, if I push this button, it will open up, but not with all the colors, but just with a smaller section, a smaller selection. So we have warm here, autumn, spring, clear, and muted. So all the deeper types and the cool types are taken out. So it's a limited number of colors that you are going to see, which would make it simpler. So we have warm, then autumn, it's a little too dark, spring could be an option, clear, it's a little too much, and muted is not enough color. So I would like to explore warm further and spring. Well, in section 3 or in step 3, you are going to be able to compare. So this two that I have chosen is spring and warm. That's what I would like to explore further. So I can just open that by clicking on the colored box. And I have her between the colors of spring and warm. But of course, that's not all. Let's see what the program has available for us. Here we see the red colors of the spring on the left and the red colors of the warm type on the right. And if you forgot where you are, you can always see at the top what you're doing and where you are. So it's comparing spring with warm. So here we have the reds, and we have blues and beiges, browns, purples and oranges, yellows and greens, and all colors together to compare. Well, actually, I like both, but I think I prefer spring a little bit over the warm. So let's see what step number 4 has for us. So in step number 4, I would like to explore the same comparison, Of course, if you are in doubt or you think, oh, I need to explore more, you could choose any other comparison in the number 3 section. So if you can, as you can see, the one that we visited has a ticked box. So you can always see that you have explored that set of pictures. So if the phone rings or you have to go and close the program, you will always be able to see what you have done previously. So for now, we are going to section number 4 and compare the spring with warm, because you will see some different way of presentation. And that will help you to get a clearer idea of the color types. So let's see. First, we have the woman on the left with the spring colors. All the spring colors, one after another. And then we move to the right and see the colors of the warm type. Reds, the blues, the browns, purples and oranges, yellows and greens, and all the colors together. Well, now we are going to compare further. So the red of the spring, warm of the warm type, sorry, red of the warm type, and together. The blues, and on the right, and together. The browns, and together. And together, do you get an idea? It's as if you are doing it live, you would do similar comparisons with one type and the other. And here with all the colors together, warm. Both make sense, but I think the spring colors give a little bit more light to her and are more refreshing and fun to see. But if you're still in doubt, I have an extra way of looking at the colors. So here you have all the colors together, the spring colors together on her left side, and the warm colors. And now we go to the other side, spring colors and the warm colors. So I choose to go for spring, so I declare her a spring. So I would write down in the box in the first slide, for the opening session, that I would say she is a spring. So this is actually the research, so the color analysis itself. But now we also want to prepare the presentation for the client. Well, the most practical way to do that is here. So what I would like to show the client is the first presentation, so number 1. Now I have here, it says presentation. If I right click here with the mouse, I get a screen with 3 options. So I would like to choose set all presentation marks. In the bottom of every picture, there is a small tick box that you could tick if you wanted in the presentation. With doing it from here, all the colors, all the pages, all the slides are ticked, so they will all be in your slideshow. Now, I would like to take out the slide without a picture. So I would like to, I open it again, I go through the slides, at least the first section, until I am on the empty page, and I tick this off. So it says it's included in the client presentation. I would like to take this one out, and with unticking the box, it's out of the presentation. So now I can close it. The program will automatically save everything if you close the screen. So don't worry about saving, no problems. Let's see, number 2, I can skip because that research was just for myself. It doesn't add anything for the client. The same is for the 3rd section. It doesn't add so much for the client. But I would love to include the 4th section. So I go here, click the right mouse, say set all presentation marks, and I'm done. My presentation for the client is ready. Now, if you have the demo version, you will not have the possibility of having a presentation ready or viewing the presentation. But if you have a license in your program, then in between, there are two new items on the left that you could click. The first one is the preview of the presentation. In the preview mode, you could still tick and untick boxes under slides. So you can still take out slides if you think it's way too many and I want to have less. So you can take them out of your presentation. Or if there are slides that you took out before, you can think, I prefer to have it in there. So tick the box and it's back. Then if you're done, you open the slideshow, the presentation for your client with this button. Let's do that. So now you have a clean screen here with your company logo. It says the logo is for your company, the name of the client, the photo of the client, and the date of the actual presentation. If I run through the pictures, I have this explanation slide. Then we go through light and dark, warm, cool, clear, muted. The empty slide has gone, you see? So now we have spring, summer, autumn, winter. And now we move to the section number 4. It's automatically in here, and you're going to compare first all the colors on the left, then all the colors on the right for the other type, etc., etc. Well, the rest you know. So I'm going to close this so it's ready for your client. And actually, I hope that this will help you get up and running with the program, explore it in depth. You can open all the sections as many times as you want. The only things you cannot do with the demo version is add a new photo of a client and have the presentation mode available. So if you want to work with this program with clients, then please register for a license. There's a 1-year license, a 3-year license, or a lifetime license. It's up to you what you would like to. So thank you for your attention. I hope you will be enjoying your exploration of the OK tool. Thank you.